All right. Happy what is it? Happy Tuesday. Damn, it's just a Tuesday, man. This Tuesday already feels like kind of like a Thursday. But that's just kind of what life feels like when you're doing, when you're having fun and when you're living life, right? So which I strongly suggest everybody to always smile and just to find the little cracks that's worth laughing over, that's worth, just cherishing, right? So, um as you can see, still 1094. Um 1094. I actually did not mean to do that. I just wanted to see if I had anything before this. I would have had to restart recording. But the count is still $1,094.13. Believe it or not, just early of last week this account was down to 62.41, meaning $62.41. I know you guys who've been keeping up with the small account flip. Honestly, it's hard, right? It's hard. Now, why and what makes it hard per se? It's that technically you start off with $62 or you start off with $100, and just kind of just put this into perspective. Um, you the required balance just to take the minimum lot size, which would be $1 per point. If you use a broker that has 1 to 500 of a leverage, which is rare to begin with, so not a lot of brokers would even have that. A lot of brokers would have 1 to 1,000. I mean, sorry, 1 to 250 or 350. Futures would have 250 at max. Even at best would be 300, and um, most forex brokers they would have 1 to 350 or perhaps even 400. But with my broker, it's 1 to 500. I mean, this is officially my broker, right? It's actually a little bit more than 500 per se, but still, for me, starting. It's not like I wanted to start at $62. It's just I started an account flip. I think it was 150, got it to 841, something like that. And next thing you know, just three red trades 2 Fridays or 3 Fridays ago. Um, yeah, 3 Fridays ago, and next thing you know, that count just got completely wiped out, down to 62.41, and then 2 Mondays ago, I just kind of spiraled and tried to take some good trades, and 2 weeks ago had a great week. Last week was also a great week. Now we're fresh on this week, right? So, again, from $62.41. I mean, I'm happy regardless. We finally hit the $1,000 mark. When you hit the $1,000 mark, I mean, the next key mark would be $1,500, and after that, I feel like I should be able to hit the gas. But here's the thing: I'm still new to US 30, right? So, this is gonna be a very different type of video because I want to actually address something, and I also want to talk about answering questions from my mentors. I mean, from the chat from my mentorship, right? So let's start off with this. Kind of funny. I just showed that video. If you guys look at this video and what I made a thumbnail, actually it was by default. I don't really care to do editing and stuff like that. But if you guys look at stuff like that, it was literally. Um, it showed where I was $12 in profit while I just opened a fucking trade. And this dimwit was like, went from 300K profit to $10. Well, first of all, motherfucker, I'll say this day in, day out, right? Two things. I don't really want to be the negative person, but at the end of the day, I'm not the bigger fish. And I'm just being brutally honest. First of all, probably three things actually. First of all, you it's clear that you clearly searched on my video, my profile, right? My name, Daytrader 103, which this account was created fresh February of 2026. You just started. You don't even have a single subscriber. Don't even have any liked videos. Your account is fresh. But you just glanced at the first second. You probably did not even hit play because it just showed $12 in profit on the blues. You comment this, and then you're expecting everybody to make you like overnight celebrity, spamming you with likes and be like, "Oh my God, Daytrader 103 is a scammer," this and that, right? Now, clearly, and I'm being brutally honest, that kind of shows the caliber of individual you are, and that kind of deflects on the type of person your parents are, specifically your mother, because you're born from your mother, right? So when you do good, especially, I'm mixed Indian and Hispanic, but on the Indian side, when the kids do good or when the kids do bad, everybody talks about their mother, right? Now I know you're a little British soy boy over there, but when Indians do good, especially like me, literally everybody, especially my neighbors, right? Some people, even people who are 60, 70 years old, people who don't fully know my parents, but they know how good and how well I'm doing. And of course I have manners, right? Because I have a lot to be grateful for. I will get on my knees, kiss the pavement, because you know why? I'm grateful and I'm humble, right? Now, somebody like you, I don't know if they're gonna, the same people or even people in general would just take a glance at you and praise your parents. And these folks would say, "Now he was raised right." That's not the truth. I mean, I was definitely raised, but it wasn't, in my honest opinion, right. So what you do and the type of person you grow and these little itty bitty ditty acts that you do, it is a lesson to everybody. People will always use it as a lesson, as a means of excuse to comment on your parenting and on the quality of individuals that your parents were to you. Right now, when you dedicate this piss poor energy, it kind of shows your mother probably had a piss poor, maybe she was on her knees and that's how you probably were conceived. Hate to be that asshole, but you brought that upon yourself. Next thing you know, it was like, Daytrading 103 never showed broker statements. Well, here's not a case. Thirdly, buddy, I own my damn broker. I I own my broker. And here's the thing: if you even just watch any other video, you would know that I'm trying to do an account flip. I just, and even then, if you even watch that video, I mean, on my big account, I made $4,800. So it was like $4,756, just in 5 minutes, bro. If you even spent a minute watching that video, right? So, but that's just life. Not everybody has enough brains. Not everybody, honestly, even was born right on the head. Some people were dropped on the head. Some people, just had semen dropping down their mother's chest at night. Kinda shows exactly the type of person you are. Now, I'm not here to fuck around. I don't fuck around in my life. I get straight to the point. You want to act like an asshole, you got your moment of shine, buddy. Now, talking back to the mentor chat. I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh yeah, you guys can see it because the line is right here. It says mentor chat, but it's locked. FN Trading. Now, if you want to join, if you want to learn the strategy, it's free, right? I have a playlist. I believe it's 9 videos. Let me just search it up. I have a playlist. It's unlisted. 9 videos. Crazy enough, this is still a fresh playlist. I honestly haven't really shared it that many times. It's already racked up 24 views. Access only via link. So 9 videos in here. This is roughly where I basically, how do I see my videos? Where I have all my, damn, this is nice. 74 views for the mentorship, the second episode. That's pretty nice. So, if you guys want to learn how to trade, if you guys want to learn anything, start off from here, right? So start off from here. I do want to take a moment just to come over here. I do not know what this is. I just want to come over here, and next thing you know, just really grateful for everybody, right? Really grateful to have each and every single subscriber. Nonetheless, I do want to try to get the post a little bit active, but nonetheless, really happy and really blessed to have people who are genuinely curious and who wants to learn how to trade, right? So with that being said, let's go back to answering these questions. Then we'll break it down. We'll talk about my trade recap. Honestly, for those people who know in the Discord, I was, really weird, perhaps in a very bittersweet situation this morning. So trading this week is probably not going to be really my biggest priority. And that will also be followed with an announcement I've kind of been contemplating for a while right now. This little fellow over here, I noticed this before on your calls with us or on your recasts where you draw these lines near your current price action. This is just me doing it on the snipping tool to the image. Yes, that is my chart. But in old recaps and the calls, I remember seeing you either draw like that or your mouse following the candles to see how it goes up and down. What's the reason behind it? To get the visual of the higher highs and the higher lows. And that is yes. But here's the thing. You you went straight like that, it came straight down. When you went straight up, here this wick was a low up, so it was higher high, higher low, higher lower high, lower low, then a little breakup structure, higher high, the highest high, as a matter of fact. Now we had to come back down. We're gonna come down over here, or we're coming back down here. They kind of want to look down here because when we went like this, like that, like this, like that, we did retrace over here. So obviously we're making a U, a little upside down U, if you will, right? We're gonna come back up and then we're gonna come back down, right? A little upside down U, and then we're gonna push it. Not, we'll talk about that in the bigger charts, but yes, to answer your question, it's just vision, a visual purpose. It's really nice to honestly just do charting like that because honestly I feel like when you can really get to read the charts and when you can really do the markings like the way I do it as I preach in all my videos thus far, that it really gets you thinking like, okay, this is what's happening. That's how you start to read the charts, right? And then you don't need no indicator. So this person said, think it's to help us visualize when he says Nas curled up and down, since we can't see what or where he's talking about just by his voice. Honestly, that is the best way. So thank you, Ash. The name, thought it was something to do with the marking. LOL, man. After realizing I marked completely off. Yeah, you slightly missed what was really important, but we can talk about it once I get back to my charts, right? So you gotta know what you're doing to know if you're forcing a trade or not. So once I knew what I was doing, I became profitable. Yes, that's pretty spot on. When you don't know what you're doing, you're kind of just gambling at the point. Not even kind of. You honestly are just gambling at the point, right? So, why is a multi-millionaire even teach? I'm not. I wouldn't say multi. I don't know. I have to see those numbers when I do my taxes. Some people get fulfilled helping others. He's just one of them. That's up enough where he feels. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I feel like I've been blessed a lot. I've actually been, regardless of the life I've lived, I feel like I've been blessed in almost every area. And honestly, believe it or not, especially with the volume, I always wanted to learn how to trade US 30. Really has been happening well. Just I still have a lot of progress. I still have a lot of things to understand, to learn. But I mean, I feel like that goes with absolutely everything, right? That still goes to me trading NAS. Good. I've seen your progress. Blah 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 blah. This was me telling the whole. What I think we have like 26 people in here, telling the folks that hey, just getting discharged at the hospital. I want you guys to just leave questions, and I'll make a YouTube video like this, talking about everything, right? So. Uh, it's funny. Yeah, I'm trying to save this for the announcement I'm gonna make towards the end. I also have something I want to show over here. Uh, so I'm actually really happy to make this video, to be honest. Thought I was only one liking to send voice messages feels more natural. I mean, just because of what Ash said over here, if I were to just show my chart and just say this, that happened, I want to see this, I want to see that, you would not understand anything. But if I show a picture, but when I hop onto the videos and show the little squiggly marks here and there, it really does emphasize what's happening, like it's a line chart, right? So, all right. So you said question. Is it true that price likes to retrace to a key support and resistance level on a market open before price goes on with its market structure path when it opens with volume? So I used to think that for the longest time until I started working for the Federal Reserve, and this is what I learned with the Federal Reserve. It's that not all volume means that it's good volume. It's kind of like blood with women, right? Not all blood not every single blood cell in the body is good. When they got a lot of bad blood, and they gotta, even the man above says you gotta refilter yourself, right? So I learned my damn lesson. To answer your question a little more in depth, it's not true. I genuinely sometimes I hate using the idea as a fake out because nothing that happens is fake. Nobody enters the algorithm, nobody does any math calculations, nobody enters any of the equations into the system just for the sake of fucking you up. I mean, yes, it actually does. That actually does. That's how companies and banks and NYSE does make their money, but not exactly. I don't really know how to say that because it's kind of split 50-50 right down the middle. Um, but a little bit torn apart over here. Um, Sometimes volume is meant for a retracement. Sometimes it's meant to really, it's just a random spike of orders being filled or being just pushed up. Sometimes you don't really, there's no point in trading market opening. That's just the best way to say it. Sometimes you really have to be able to understand what exactly the chart is saying that's going to happen. And sometimes in the middle of nowhere, like, kind of like today, pre-market, we got an indication that it was going to sell, even though I wasn't convinced. And in market opening, looked like the shoe want to push up. It didn't push high enough up to give me that bias. But a lot of people were already commenting that US 30 was already giving a fake out to the upside, and it's in some ways that's true. I kind of agree with that. US 30 looked like she really wanted to be bullish in market opening, but she just shot up like for 3 minutes just for a heavy 100 points of a sell off. So, kind of, I don't know if that gives you any guidance. Maybe that just leaves you just as confused. But if you don't trade pre market and if you're always trading or placing a trade few seconds or a minute prior to the market, New York market opening, you're bound to get fucked up more often than not. Really. Sometimes banks orders and NYC, they don't really have their orders, and they have bulks of orders, dude. It's literally hundreds of millions of dollars that's being placed, just that just occurs within few seconds to maybe 2-3 minutes tops. But sometimes they're pushed pre-market, sometimes they're pushed like 5, 6, even 8 minutes after the bell opening. That's why it's always important. If you don't have a strategy that's revolving around the New York opening, you don't really have a strategy. Now, if your whole strategy, I mean, sorry, yeah, I stand by that. Now, if you have a strategy, again, that you're just gonna place a buy or sell just around the market opening, you don't have a strategy. So it has to be around the market opening. It could be a few minutes before, it could be a few minutes afterwards. I feel like, in my experience, some people would say even 45 minutes before, 45 minutes after. For me, I honestly think the 15-minute prior and the 15 minutes post market opening is the best time for volume, really. Some people, I know there's one trader who holds his trade for almost an hour, and he has a really high win rate, but he also allows a shit ton of drawdown. And I mean, but he's one of the traders that he believes risk no more than like 5% or 4.5% per trade. So even while in max drawdown, so I don't know what to say about that. I don't agree with that. The only question I have right now is why I got you got fucked up. Yuri, I mean this honestly with respect, but I'm here to be bold. I just kind of came off of hospital with a lot of drugs as well. I can't sugarcoat this as much as I would wish I could or would, but you, as long as edits, as well as HLN, as well as, I mean, this video is for all you guys, right? You guys all in here. I want all of you guys to watch this video, but I really think you guys need a lot more experience, and I mean a lot more experience in learning candles. I feel like edits is there. I feel like Ash is there. I mean, I know Ash is there. Honestly, I trust Ash to actually give the educational information in the Discord. It's just, I think, and as I was telling Ash the other day, Ash, if you're listening to this as well, I really want you to be a little bit more pushing of the content, because people remember the voice messages I left for you yesterday in the DMs. Like, people do listen to you because you have a lot that people can look up to, right? You have a lot that people can relate to, and you're not a different trader than me. We're all the same. It's just I actually do the math. I'm behind the scenes. Ashes has also been behind the scenes in terms of understanding what works, why it works, and then she just back tests, and now she's got the hang of it, right? Not a lot of people over here actually can relate to that part of trading or anything in their life. And I mean, Seiko too. I get that you guys don't understand my strategy, but would you rather be trading, trying to learn a strategy that can retire your whole bloodline and you potentially don't ever have to work a job, a job, or do you want a temporary strat, kind of like Vito's, right? I mean, I don't respect to him, respect to people who are making money for sure, but who knows where that profits come from and how it comes from, especially when they're trying to be nonchalant with this and that. But again, respect given. But um, you guys really choose temporary. It's kind of like drugs. You guys choose temporary things that work in the meantime just for the sake of temporary payouts. That's probably the best way to put it, right? I take drugs just so I can get high just for the party tonight. All right, how about fucking tomorrow? How about Monday? How about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? You guys don't think. How about a few months from now? How about a year from now? I've been using the same damn strategy. Have I tried a strategy hop? 100%. Have I looked at Mama's FX? Oh man, I've been so inspired to look at him, but I just never got the fucking honesty of his strategy. And I mean, so many. I look at other people too. Here's the thing: I don't fail. I give a genuine attempt myself, and usually it's followed with a few attempts. It's never just one, because the one time I give it maybe a week and a half, and I'm kind of a A plus student, right? I mean, a solid A, like a 95, 96% average student in all my college classes and whatnot. Um, but I don't get it. I go out for a drive. I go out to just reset my mindset, to recalibrate myself. That's what I think about it. Get some good food, get some, soul food, ice cream, make myself look like a little fat, happy boy, and come back to my apartment, mind fresh, mind clean, mind ready to go back to work, right? And I just came back to the conclusion. I just don't get it. Now, that doesn't mean I'm stupid. And respectfully, it does not mean that all the names I just said right now in my Discord, it does not mean each and any one of you guys are stupid. Please, 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 please do not think of anything of that sort for yourselves or anybody else. Don't think I'm smarter either. I'm not smart. I promise you. Yes, I'm good with numbers. I'm good with things I see. I'm a visual learner. I'm good because I have the experience. I'm good because I've put myself out there. I'm not smarter than you guys, I promise. But you guys don't have experience and you guys don't even have the work. I mean, I want to say work critique, work ethic, but I don't know that, right? But it starts off with, and Yuri, I have to watch I think it's Yuri, I have to watch your backtesting videos because clearly something you're doing is just not adding up here. That's why I asked for your recap video. I really just wanted to see behind the scenes, what does it look for you, right? So hopefully you're talking in a video. I will review that probably in like less than 3 hours from now after posting this video. And I care about you guys. I really do. I don't benefit anything or any. I don't get anything by teaching you guys and wasting my time to make these videos or to review your quality of work. But here's the thing: if the man above blessed me for so long, I eventually would want to, and I honestly feel a little bit owed in terms of karmic debt, that I should pass these blessings on to other people. I made a promise to the man above. Not gonna say it 100%, but you can kind of assume what type of promise I made, given what I just said. So rewind it. Not gonna repeat it, but the man above blessed me for something so much that I was willing to just take my own life away, and he granted me with it. He gave me a lot of light, a lot of darkness, but a lot of light. He always shined a light on me. A lot of darkness too, a lot of bittersweet moments. I just feel like I have to live my share of that promise, right? My bargain of the promise that I made to the man above. That's all it is, I promise. It's not that I have the biggest heart. I mean, I do want to see people enjoy their life. I do have a heart, but I don't have the biggest heart. So, can't think of anything else right now. So tired. Thanks for the opportunity. And again, I just being straight up here. I don't think, for the people who don't have at least a payout, I don't think the people who aren't even unfunded or who aren't even close to getting a payout, respectfully, I do not think those people should be giving trading advice. That's how cancer spreads, right? The blind leads the blind. Question doesn't really make sense. Is it true to price? Okay, I see what you mean. I already answered that. I saw this happening. I really want everybody to be doing well, but it starts off with exactly where you uh, put yourselves and where you apply yourselves, right? So price often retraces to fill imbalances or sweep liquidity. It can, of course, retrace when it hits resistance, but it doesn't have to retrace to a key level to continue its path. I don't agree with the second half. It does have to retrace to a key level. Wait, it doesn't have to retrace to a key level. I mean, okay, I see what you're saying. If you're talking about in terms of continuation, well, that's a thing, right? Believe it or not, even behind the scenes, and again, napkin. This is the question that you had asked me over the weekend. Um, you're talking about your family member working behind the scenes, and you said something like there's a line. Yes, there's a zone. It's a general line, but there's typically it kind of depends on the company, but there's a zone where we want price to get filled. We do see that roughly on our order sheets, it's kind of like a certain goal for each of the employees designated what cohort, what indice, what instrument they're using. Since we can pump and dump prices, but it's not really that's like the goal, right? Meaning the price will hit there. It has to hit there. You're gonna make it happen, otherwise you're getting fired, and you're probably gonna get charged, right, with a felony. Um, Given the severity of this job and the seriousness, you have to. But here's the thing that doesn't mean it's gonna happen market opening. That does not happen. Sometimes it doesn't even mean it's gonna happen even an hour or 2 hours after market opening. Sometimes it's all about the day ending over there, and that's I find that so infuriating, to be honest, because I'm like, I know it has to go here, but then next thing you know, at market opening she dumps, and I'm like, what the fuck, right? So happen a lot. I know that's basically like all the information, insider information that we have. We know where price will go. It's just the time. The time is not where it favors us, right? So I know it's a little confusing. I just don't know how else to explain that, because honestly, it's just all about um, kind of controlling price after. I don't know. It's kind of like we have to pump and dump whatever calculations just to get it up. So here and there, right? Kind of a hard one to really put into example. When should you go live? Because PB Blake makes 20K per day and is still using firms. He uses 50 accounts. Well, damn. So that should be like 100K a day, but honestly, he does not make 100K a day. Realistically, I mean, just like today, he made 17K a day. And that was $500 per account or $600 per account. So, when should you go live? I mean, I want to try to refrain from using that just because I genuinely think yes, it could make a huge difference from trading live to trading prop firms. I think it's going to make a huge impact on your trading. However, obviously, I'm going to say in terms of getting and learning trading done, you should always trade from a live account. Kind of like I was looking at, I don't want to say this guy's account, but the guy who we made the meme of, right? And you guys are gonna have a field day in Discord talking about a lot of these things. But we made remember, Zero. I told you, I gave you a face and told you make this guy into a GIF, right? Make this guy into a meme. His Discord, he blew his live account. He blew his fundeds. Sorry, yeah, his fundeds and all his evals, his fresh evals that he bought. He bought some last night and he blew some today too. I'm not even live streaming anymore. So if you're blowing prop firm accounts, I can't say this respectfully, not even in the slightest, but you are the worst and the last person to even be in the trading space, right? I just don't. I mean, come on, guys. You tell me you play a game of Monopoly and now you're rich all of a sudden in life. It's not gonna happen. I mean, it could. It could. It could. Hey, never say never, right? But I would always and always advocate for live accounts. Just because it's really and mentally tough, and I just feel like one day. I mean, I've always felt like I've always heard it, and I'm still hearing it. It's just a matter of when. But prop firms eventually will be closed down in the US. If it's not closed down, there's going to be a massive amount of lawsuits. I mean, I'm still hearing there's already a shit ton of lawsuits, and I already feel like one of the lawsuits is no longer in the United States of America just to avoid that potential of being sued, right? And now, next thing you know, they're changing the rules too. So how convenient for them is that? So, and inconvenient for their consumers, right? For their customers. So, uh, okay. So, I want to go on this. All right. So, somebody left me actually a shit ton of messages, and honestly, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say her name, but I just really just did not realize that I have so many messages that I always opened it, I just never read it. So, like, when I saw that paragraph, I was like, oh shit, and I scrolled up, I was like, oh shit, I haven't responded to you in almost like 2.5 weeks, give or take. So, look, we're gonna read it together, you guys can get my reaction. Also, I'm completely abandoning his strategy because I really don't want to put my time into something that works only for a few amount of people, and even then it's very inconsistent and unreliable. Now here's the thing, I've been saying it day in, day out. I have a strategy that I've mended to using this. I mean, so many people use this strategy in ways that I can not even comprehend, because I mean, really, there's like probably like a million different ways to use support and resistance. Now I know a lot of people are going to be saying that, especially in this Discord, a lot of people are saying this is RZ strat, but the honest truth is it's my way of how I utilize support and resistance. But support and resistance is not something that I created. I'm not the Einstein for support and resistance. Okay, so and so same goes for him, right? Now it's actually a lot more blame actually goes to him, ironically, because his is just the breakout strategy, and he's just claiming complete frame and I mean fraud and frame off it. And I even have this one trader I don't know on TikTok who his entries are literally the same off of this guy. And he trades live every day on TikTok and I think YouTube, or maybe he switches so he can get audience on both. But I remember I saw his TikTok and somebody said, "Oh, he has a YouTube, and your guy, that have a lot of people in your Discord look up to. He's, I don't want to say those words, but we'll watch your vids and then backtest, and hopefully next month I'll be able to buy a TradingView subscription and trade every day properly." Okay. Hey, what's good? Oh my god, this is so much. I just watched your Mentorship episode 2. Can't find proper words for that, if I'm being honest. There's just so much useful stuff that you put into one video. It's crazy, I can't lie. I never felt like I knew what I was doing when I traded his stuff. It's like I just trade based off of my hopes and feelings, and I was never a fan of it. I'm not sure if he understands what he's doing. But either way, this was the real problem for me. I don't think he knows what he's doing if you have multiple strats. I have never ever met a legit profitable, successful trader who has more than honestly 2 strats, and it's more like one's for day trading, one's for investing. Right now, I kind of have the same thing. I really would say both are based off the same thing. It's just entry wise, it's a different criteria, but it's the same strat. So him to have 6 or 7, no pun intended, but to have 6, 7 fucking strategies. Oh, the failure OG strat worked today, guys. Oh shit. I know that we did have the failure OG strat working, so I switched to the real legit OG strat. Or how about the doggy style strat? Yeah, that one did good. That one did justice. See, and then he advertises on YouTube like, no matter the current state of the economy, we have dedicated and optimized the most highest performance blah 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 strategy and method to work effectively for your desires and needs. Just shut the fuck up. Okay, so when I first heard of trading when I was 13, hey, so we got into the trading space when we were about the same. Now I was 11 when I heard about it. I got into a lot of those I know the first one was Robinhood, and I was also playing with Stash. It's an app. I don't know how Stash is doing now. Oh shit! I still have money in Stash. I like two. Oh man, that's probably burned down. I probably had 200 at the time, and I was so happy I was about to break 300. I don't know what it is now. I can't access my account now. I think they just closed down. Still in my mom's name because I was a minor. I always thought that's something you can only learn if you're the biggest smartass in the world, but people like me can only jump around charts in hopes of understanding something. See, just seeing and hearing that sentence alone is why I do it. This is not monkey science. I don't want to come. I try my best to keep everything dumb. Just dumb. I try to keep everything simple, clear, transparent as possible, man. I really do. But now, just after watching your video, I'm extremely delighted. I'd say excited even. Excited to trade again. It's like I finally understand what charts are and what I'm supposed to do. You know this feeling when something in your head finally snaps and you're like, oh my god, I get it now. That's me when I realize how to read NAS or US 30. I get this honestly kind of like a buzz in my head, like a little high, and I'm like, shit, I got this shit. I like pound my chest on some ape shit, and I'm like, I get it now, right? So yeah, I get it. I get you. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You know, for the first time, I don't feel like a dumbass pressing buttons in hopes of a good outcome. I finally start understanding what is what and what it's for. Can't. Oh, I was just getting a call there. Can't skip the fact that you're explaining extremely well. Either I don't know what was in my head a month ago, but for some reason I started watching it and couldn't really grasp anything, and just delayed it for the better future. I started watching it now again from the very start, and it's crazy how everything is explained so perfectly. You also have sort of a laid back approach in a good sense, meaning you're not just speaking in terms, you're also giving us examples and analogies to let us get a better understanding of stuff. You answered pretty much every question I had when I was watching the video. It's like every time I think about asking something, I'd already get an answer. Wow. That's nice. That's nice. Just can't tell you how thankful I am. Really, really sorry for not watching it sooner and giving you feedbacks, because that's the least I could do when you basically gave us knowledge for free. People paid thousands for mentorship with uneducated influencers that never help them, and then there's you who was in this field for years, teach us for free. Even after people didn't treat you the best, I feel really bad for not watching this sooner and giving you a proper feedback. If I'm gonna be in the US, I owe you a few meals and whatever you want. And seriously, like you gave so much, I feel bad for just having for free at this point. Either way, you're a really great teacher. Big thank you for this video. It's perfect. Oh wow, that's really sweet. You know, kinda try not to tear up here. This part where you said if I'm gonna be in the US, I owe you free few meals and whatever you want. Honestly, it'd be a blessing if I don't care how many people, but whoever and however many people are listening to this, it'd be the biggest blessing to me, for me, to have you make your money because of me and sit at the same table as me. And honestly, I'll feed you. I'll generally pay the tab. You can order 2 meals, 2 desserts, drinks, whatever. I'll pay the damn bill. But to have somebody like those type of people who listen to me because they really wanted to thrive for the sake of their loved ones, who all means well in the bottom of their heart, and then at the end of the day, just to at least shake my hand and grab a drink, maybe eat a few. You don't have to grab a drink, but I'm definitely gonna grab a drink. It's cases like that I know for a damn fact I need a drink. Just much love, man. I don't know how else to say it. So it's stuff like that that really makes this journey fulfilling, to be honest. A lot of people honestly do break my heart. A lot of people Man, right before I went to the hospital, right before I actually knew I had to go to the hospital, I had this faggot basically pestering me. So that's how my life is, right? I'm wanting to kind of slow down in my life, and I guess now's the best part to talk about that announcement. It's just that I'm getting a little bit tired of this whole social media thing. I'm here. I owe my Discord. I feel like the people who want to watch me and who want to listen from me and who really want to learn from me, then I'm gonna be trying my best to stay connected. I'm gonna be trying my best to staying you know I'm gonna be here on YouTube no matter what, because YouTube is honestly fun for me. But at one point, I don't know, it's kind of a vision I saw a few nights ago, and I can't really think otherwise. At one point, I just feel like I'm just gonna be making YouTube videos and trading and just closing my laptop for the until the next day, until it's just rinse and repeat trading. So it's just gonna be charts, controlling, doing the financials. I have a lot of work just maintaining my own broker, by the way, because I do a lot of the accounting aspect, a lot of numbers, the HR work. I do that part. Um, and then we have technicians, and we have things that's not really part of my job, but I still want to try to report stuff to my technicians so they can make, uh, you know, fix through trials and error from my experience. So I got a lot that I already basically signed up in my own life. And then just this Discord and kind of the whole thing with YouTube. I was just thinking like yesterday, do I want to give this as a last shot? Because I know I'm not going to be here that much longer. Do I want to give this like a last shot at opening an Instagram and trying to have YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram? And I'm like, I don't know if I actually can do that. So kind of, and I would hate to even ask anybody to do that, but at that point, I might as well just pay somebody to take care of my Instagram if I'm gonna go that route. But you guys let me know in the Discord. Should I open a trading Instagram? Should I? I mean, that this would truly. I'm in my last phase of being social. Because once you have trading down, you just want to disappear. Trust me on that. A lot comes out by sharing your profits. A lot of harm, to be brutally honest. You have 100 people saying "fuck you" for sharing your profit. You don't. I've in so many trading servers, I post even $80 of profit, and people are like, "Fuck you. You're fake. You're a scammer." Why? Why? Because I'm using real money? Because you didn't get paid today? Because you just fucked up your eval? Only 2 or 3 people, if God's really looking down at me, patting me on the shoulder, I have 2 or 3 people saying, "Hey, RZ, Daytrader 103, good job, dude. Keep it up," because it's all about consistency or some good blessed words. So that's the announcement. I don't really see myself being social that much longer. I mean, I know I've been saying this for a while, but it's just thoughts it's like an urge. But I don't really have the heart to walk away when people are posting two, three, four, $5,000, $100, $1,000 in the red. And it's like it's such a shitty feeling to see you guys kind of just you guys are trying so hard to make something work, but you don't even know where to generally start from. And I'm not even gonna put all the blame on you. You started off from like the dumbest routes. You started off with people who honestly just know how to press buy or sell. Or maybe who don't even know how to press buy or sell, but they're just doing some monkey shit, and you're over here with your serious cap, your fucking hat on, right? Thinking that you're ready to finally break that 8 to 4, 9 to 5 cycle, ready to be an entrepreneurship, ready to take this whole life control into your own arms, and next thing you know, you're following a dumb fuck. You're following people who make a living by fooling people, scamming people, making money, paying their rent, paying their meals off of YouTube revenue. And then they open their own broker. I'm not gonna say names, but there's about 3 people that I hear. Actually, there's 5 people. I hear on a weekly basis, not almost every day, but for sure on a weekly basis, they're like, "Oh, he made so much money. Oh shit, he lost so much money." Well, they own the broker, motherfucker. When and I'm just gonna say it straight up. When you own a broker, every loss that you have, you could get all of it back and plus, for the sake of mental. damages that loss caused you and your future business transactions, I could break my $5,300 MacBook Pro M3 Max right now, my 16-inch MacBook. I could just break it on the table. I'll probably get a 8,000, maybe 7,000. I don't think 8,000. I could probably get a $7,200 check. That's the benefit of having a business in this country, in the United States of America. You'll always, business owners and creators will always win. So don't be stupid. Don't be stupid like this dumb fuck here who was born and who was conceived just from a droplet of semen down his mother's chest. Probably had an orgy. She was sucking off 3 people and just all went down. The next thing you know, this little Irish boy was born. So, is there anything else? Oh yeah, then let's talk about my trade recap. So no, I did not have no trades today. Hey, what happened to my Tuesday? Hey, what happened to my charts? Did I not save it? Okay, so let's talk about it. Did not at least save? Okay. Came up to this one. I was working with basically this much data on my phone, right? I did not on the phone. You can't see everything. You can't see all this. You can't. I was working with just this part. This is why I say I really like to keep my charts zoomed out because you can see everything. But ideally, working and trying to work right now on the big screen while, now that I'm back home, I saw this. And it just seemed like we're going to hold support somewhere over here to push up. Now, I come back on up. So I was bullish on US 30, right? I was bullish pre-market. Now, if I look to the left, if I even put a line over here, like where I thought would be support, you look over here, this line is basically saying that we have something up here. Look over here, then that wick, and all these wicks, and this wick is saying no. Right there. Look over here, basically says like, hey, like right there. So, okay. Clearly we're holding. I mean, I did not know this, before. But basically, we're holding like right here. Okay. Came up pre-market. I had 2 opportunities to enter. I just did not. I really wanted to take a buy. I actually really wanted to see this hold support. I thought this would be a perfect support. And I just wanted to see this shoot up. I really wanted to see it break that highs, right? Those previous highs. Did not happen. I saw pre-market when she came up, she did come below here and she already wicked below my support. And when that happens, I'm like, okay, there's just no way we're going to be holding support there. But I was like, if she's not going to be pushing up and she's already coming down, then where are we holding resistance? And I couldn't for the life of me figure it out on my phone using that much data, right? So remember, support and resistance means obviously you get your confluences by scrolling to the left. This is all the confluences you need. If you don't understand this, you literally could have done it right. This was a perfect resistance. Actually, I would say more so like right here. So let's see if that matches with the charts to the left. Perfect. 306. So that was US 30. Had no trades. Looked at NAS 100. NAS 100, I don't want to say was easy just because I hate these fucking, not these exactly setups per se, but I hate when the market opening comes and next thing you know, she basically has 100% of a switch. What I would call a reversal, but here's the thing. Came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, and we came down. So we're holding support over here. Okay, then when we tapped it up, when we tapped this support, we pushed up, came down, pushed up, came down. Now we basically want to see this hold support over here. Basically just stay in this area right here that I just circled, and we want to see this basically beat what was a previous high, right? Excuse me. We want to see it beat the 25,577. So I think NAS, while it had a decent setup, I mean I like that setup, but I just hate that pre-market. I like to see the pre-market that we're already moving. That way, when I can adjust my stop loss, that's already a secure win. But instead, it kind of seems like we hardly had moved. Basically, meaning that we tried to push this move as late as possible to the market opening, and next thing you know, I mean, look at it. These are the type of trades that you blow your account, right? So you be in profit. Next thing you know, she comes back. You're basically at the lost profit, and she could easily dump. But in this case, yes, she did move up. It's just 50 points in just a minute. It wasn't even a minute. It was more so like the first 20 seconds of that. That's the thing I love about NAS. It's fast, but geez, I just hate when it moves so slow like that. Meaning that when we try to save all the momentum, all the volume just for market opening, that's where NAS confuses you guys so bad. Is that, especially US30, but NAS for sure. I could say it with my experience to back me up. Is that you would see basically either heavy action in pre-market, or you would see it all happening just in a few seconds of the market opening, and then next thing you know, with NAS, you're done trading. So otherwise, you're just gonna lose your trades and go on tilt. So long video. I think this might be like 30-40 minutes. Really, 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 really happy to have all you guys following me. It's not just about following me, it's obviously just about you making sure that you get those W's, get those winning trades, getting payouts. I mean, this trading stuff for me, it's a game. I don't know how else to say it. So with that announcement already said, this does come with me basically announcing the fact that um, I want to see if I can even break my employment contract, right? So what that means is that since I am, for the people in my Discord who know what I do for work, I just really want to see if I can just break my binding contract. If I can't, I got 2 more months, another 9 weeks. It is what it is. So I mean, a company like that takes care of your apartment, takes care of your rent 100%, takes care of insurance, takes care of any debt that I had, which is something I full on take advantage. I'm just using credit cards. So aside for income, I'm getting my credit card bills taken care of. I'm getting $100 worth of rent taken care of. My auto insurance, I don't really know what's that amount, but all I had to do was just pay for a car, which I'm just gonna, since it's registered over here in New York, I'm just gonna be giving that car away, um, leaving the car. Probably just give that car and transfer the title to whoever is on my good side over here. Probably would make a video of that too, honestly. I always wanted to give away a car, especially a little. I mean, it's a brand new, cheap base Toyota Corolla, so something I don't have to worry about. It already has a fucking dent. Fucking New York for you. So, uh, as always, guys, hopefully these videos show you some insight. Just can't get any clearer than this, but at the same time, you guys got it. There's a time for everything. There's times to hit gas and there's time to hit brakes. I've hit the gas as much and as possible as I can. In terms of trading, I'm still gonna be trading. It's just I don't really know where I want to go moving forward, but it's definitely to the point where I want to start closing down, right? Meaning crawling into my shell. So as always, peace, love, and cheers. And thank you so much for everybody showing me love and support. As always, God bless you. Thank you.